Hello everyone. We are going to actually do a little bit different. We are going to talk about, or at least react to the the honey scam that was basically exposed for scamming people. And I've seen some bits of it, but on the internet. But I haven't really looked into like the details of the scam and how it works. Uh, you know, in overview or just in details. So we are going to take a look at Charlie's channel and how he basically talks about it. I'm sure this this guy is the main guy who basically made a video about exposing the honey. But I'm just since I saw like Charlie reacting to it, then I'm just gonna react to Charlie's reaction to the honey scam. So yeah, let's do this.
Highly recommend checking out the full video. This is extraordinary work. It was a multi-year investigation that he conducted, and his findings could make even Enron's accountants start sweating.
I'll just how do you say? I'll just lower down the desktop audio so it's not like really how do you say really it's not too loud for the video.
It is gross how bad this company he investigated is. And it's a company you've all heard of. It's a company I have used for a long time. Honey. You know that free browser extension that's supposed to be going and getting you coupons at checkout to save you money on purchases? The one that has that playful piece of shit mascot that's just a diet Microsoft Clippy whom now...
Piece of shit mascot. This mascot looks a little bit fucking annoying as hell. That do be true. That do be true, man. That do be true, honey.
I can't stand to look at after learning about how atrocious this scam is. Yeah, that honey. The one that's owned by PayPal that they purchased for fucking 4 billion clams. Turns out it's all a load of fish paste. Honey, more like phony, because it's all fraudulent. Now, of course, I can't say that from a legal perspective, but from a common sense perspective, after everything I've learned from the Megalag investigation, I think it's definitely fallen into the textbook definition of a scam. Though I imagine lawyers aren't going to be too gung-ho about...
Damn, brother, what the hell? So, yeah, PayPal bought like the honey. Since like it's a scam, if it was a scam, will PayPal like, how you say, be responsible for it? I don't think that can be true because like the thing is the scam can be before PayPal know about it, before PayPal knows anything about it, and they basically purchased this honey company without knowing like how the details of the scam works on, and that is I'm not 100% sure that is 100% that is fully that PayPal is fully responsible for this. And yeah, I do think there is a possibility that they purchased the company without knowing like it's a scam, but we'll not know because like if yeah, I'm not really sure about this, but we'll see how it goes.
Suing people that are labeling them a scam or calling them mean words because they're probably too busy stretching out, cracking their knuckles, getting ready for the impending catastrophic class action lawsuit that's heading their way. And I mean that sincerely. I do think that this investigation from Megalag will lead to a huge class action lawsuit against Honey for all of the many millions of dollars that it has most likely cost a ton of people.
Honey hasn't just been scamming you, the consumer, they've also been stealing money from influencers, including the very ones they pay to promote their product. And I'm not just talking about a few bucks here. I believe the scam has likely cost content creators millions of dollars.
Honey's stretching everyone's holes here, both the consumer who downloads Honey as well as the creator that promoted the Honey. That does include me. I have worked with Honey in the past because I was an avid Honey user. It seemed like a pretty simple, effective product. You could just find coupons at checkout to save a little money. I didn't think there was anything nefarious going on under the hood, but it turns out couldn't have been more wrong. Obviously, knowing what I know now about this company, I wish I never worked with them. I'm sorry for ever having promoted Honey. I clearly didn't know any of this was going on.
Okay, so since like Charlie has been promoting this, then surely the PayPal who bought the company shouldn't also have known, because it can be working as like a subsidiary where PayPal has the brand ownership, but the whole leadership is still like working and staying as it is, and that can happen, and therefore like PayPal not 100% will be responsible. But if they knew that the working and the leadership of Honey is very suspicious in the first place, but they decide to ignore it, then the responsibility is definitely on PayPal, because since they clearly knew that this was a scam, but they love the action of the scam and they have the ownership, and they basically allow this to basically to keep it as it is, and make a lot of people victim by it. So yeah, I feel in that case like PayPal should definitely be really, really responsible, and possibly a big lawsuit can come to them. But we'll see.
Nobody did until Megalag's investigation. This was something that there wasn't even whispers of. He mentioned in the video he had only found like one page where people even speculated on it with nothing concrete. So it wasn't until this multi-year investigation that any of this information came to light. It's a very sneaky, hidden mechanism that it uses to scam consumers and content creators. And what Megalag has put into the light here is extremely important. So he starts by demonstrating how it steals money from content creators, and it is probably the most creative way of fucking people I have seen since I first found browsers in high school.
Linus tells you about this free browser.
Browsers in high school. As in people basically like buying the membership of browsers and watching like porn. Corn. Because of it, paid corn. That is a little bit sad indeed.
Extension that saves you money online. You install it in 2 clicks, and boom, you have Honey. So you scroll down and find Linus's affiliate link to that product. Now, for those of you who don't know, when you click an affiliate link and buy something, the influencer who promoted the product earns a commission for referring you to that store. So you add the product to your cart, get to the checkout page, and hello, Honey says they found you 10 coupon codes. Sweet. You click apply discounts and Honey gets to work. But unfortunately, none of the coupon codes worked. Doesn't matter though, because as Honey has promised us for years, that means we know we've got the best deal. So you complete your purchase, you're happy, your new CPU's on the way, Linus is happy, he's getting his commission, everyone's happy, right?
Wrong! You'd be very wrong if you said everyone was happy there. This isn't a fucking fairy tale. This is big business, and everything's horrible. So, if you've never used Honey, that's how it works. When you're checking out, you'll have your little goofball pop up. He'll be like, oh geez, Rick, we gotta apply some coupons here to save you some blimflarkles. Click here to save some money because we're gonna look for coupons. And so he's gonna go look for coupons at checkout to try and save you some money. Sometimes it'll find coupons. Sometimes the mascot will wander in, soft cock in hand, with nothing to offer you, saying, whoops-a-daisy, sorry, didn't find anything, is what it is. That's the way she goes. Now, Megalag is talking about affiliate links. As he mentioned, if you use an affiliate link like in the description, and you purchase a product through that link, the creator that you click the link from will get some kind of commission off of that sale. Now, Honey does something very interesting with that whole process there.
After clicking Linus's affiliate link, you'll notice in the URL there's a tracking tag labeled Short Circuit. That's a reference to one of Linus's YouTube channels. And this tracking tag is how Newegg knows who to pay a commission to. We can also see that this tracking tag has been saved on my browser in the form of a cookie that will expire in 30 days. That way, if we only decide to complete the purchase a few days later, Linus will still be credited the sale. So what happened when we got to the checkout page? Well, once Honey popped up, watch what happened to Linus's affiliate cookie after we clicked apply discounts. You see that? Honey came in, removed Linus's affiliate cookie, and replaced it with their own, claiming credit for the sale and pocketing the commission money for themselves. Yeah.
Never before has that sound effect, that like dramatic bass boom sound effect, been more appropriate. That is a huge deal. That is millions of dollars, no exaggeration, actually millions of dollars that PayPal Honey is making through stealing those commissions. By replacing the affiliate link with their own at the very end of checkout, without the consumer ever even knowing this happens, they're able to take the entire commission while the influencer or whoever that brought them there gets nothing.
Okay. This is quite interesting. This is actually interesting. I do want to like make a sense of it. Okay, so you have a cookie. It is stored by the Honey once you click like the cookie, right? And they click the cookie, and then like it should be like from one of the YouTube channels. So for example, like the Charlie's YouTube channel is the Penguins, right? And this is on the very beginning, it's very how do you say, suspicious activity, because like you basically like change your cookie at the end of the thing, and definitely like that makes a lot of suspicion. But what I wanna like I'm always gonna like make a little bit of a devil's advocate and think about like, okay, what are like the other possibilities? Why do they make such an obvious like a cookie change for this one? Because if it is really like just as they said as it is, then the Honey is fucking like a scam. It's 100% scam, and you can basically remove it. You can basically file like a huge lawsuit, get a refund, make them responsible for everything, right? That we don't need to have any kind of argument. It is as it is, okay? But what I'm going to make the counter argument is when you actually, so you saw like the cookie, right? You saw the cookie. When they click the channel, the cookie is going to be that channels. And as Megalike said, the cookie is going to last 30 days, right? So then you have then after that, if okay, they decide, okay, not to not change that cookie whatsoever, then that cookie from, for example, Charlie's channel is going to last 30 days, right? But then if you go to a normal website from the Honey's website, right, and you buy product there, then is that going to basically take Charlie's channel's cookie and put into the backend of Honey's system? Then we get like an error in a way, because you're crediting incorrectly to a YouTube channel where a person went to the original Honey channel, which is very unlikely, because nobody will go to actual Honey channel. They'll usually go through the influencers channel. And I think like that could be a good counter argument for Honey, in terms of if the lawsuit came up and actually there is a court case against Honey. They could say, fair enough, but like the reason is we are trying to basically make as less errors as we can. Therefore, at the end of the process, we actually stored the cookie of those small channels in the backend systems, for example, the database, and then we removed that cookie because we don't wanna like credit incorrectly for the future use, because since the cookie lasts for 30 days, then if you go to maybe a way to basically get through the Honey systems without going to the YouTube channel, but then the system will try to look at the cookie and then you'll try to credit incorrectly to a YouTube channel, whereas the customer has gone to the normal Honey website, for example. So that is one of the counter arguments for Honey, but I feel like that is very unlikely, in my personal opinion. Very unlikely, but it's still like a valid counter argument against like the allegations and everything. So that way they will not credit incorrectly to those small YouTube channels, or like the normal or like big YouTube channels, because most likely they'll try to reach out like those big influencers, and and then like they usually want to basically get a lot of affiliate links and getting a lot of like ROI from those big influencers or big YouTube channels. And but the thing is like this one thing can affect like millions of money, because if what Megalag said is true, then obviously 100%. Don't even talk about it. Like straight to the lawsuit, straight to the court case. Just file a lawsuit against them. It's 100% going to basically be in favor for a lot of customers and a lot of like affiliate marketers, or like the partners for the honeys, that they've been scammed a lot of money from this. But I'm because I used to work with a lot of codes and website systems. I know a bit about like the cookies, how cookies work, right? And obviously, when you store a cookie of a small channel, you normally you don't want to like replace the cookie by the cookie of PayPal. You just want to clear the cookie, make the cookie expire immediately as soon as they have gone to the website, they have the customer has bought a product, used the affiliate link, and then they'll clear the cookie. Okay, you have used the link. Okay, we'll pay for example £50 for every user with an IP address, and to for example for them to come to use the honey link. Yeah, so this is a little bit of like a gray area, and we actually don't know like how the system is actually designed for. But we'll try to watch more of it, and to get like a bigger sense on how it works.
You get the whole pie, and the creator doesn't even get the fucking crust. It's so devious.
Now, if we quickly go back again, we can see what's causing this to happen.
Okay, so
after clicking Apply Discounts, what you'll notice is that in the top left corner of your browser, Honey discreetly opens a small new tab, which acts like a simulated referral click, as if they were the ones to refer you to the website, even though you're already on the website and at the checkout page. Once that page is finished loading and has stuffed PayPal's affiliate cookie, the tab automatically closes, leaving you blissfully unaware that anything ever happened. It's very sneaky.
This isn't some kind of freak accident. It's not some kind of glitch or a ghost in the machine. Mr. Krabs isn't in the soul of Honey doing this without Honey themselves knowing about it. This is by design. They do this on purpose.
I'll reach out to Honey and ask them directly, and sure enough, they came back to me with the following. If Honey is activated and is the last program used while shopping on a site, it is likely Honey will receive credit for the purchase.
They are shockingly open about that. They almost seem jolly and proud. Well, hello there, salutations, tipping the fedora. Thanks for contacting us. Yeah, we're shitting on you. Big whoop, and you're welcome for it. Thanks so much. And he goes on to give like a real world example, so that way it's a little easier to understand how unacceptable this is. He even goes on to say that he can't see how it's anything less than fraud, and I agree. This seems like fraud. Megalag gives a real-world example to demonstrate just how outrageous this whole thing is. He states, imagine that you're going to a department store buying a TV, there's a salesman, and he sells you on the perfect TV. You now have that salesman's card that you take to the front with your TV, so that way the salesman can get the commission. But right when you're paying for the TV, a sleazy greaseball comes out of nowhere saying, wait just a minute, champ, hold on, let me see if I have any coupons. I got nothing. Alright, good luck. But before he leaves, he switches out that salesman's card with his own card. So now the salesman that actually sold you the TV gets nothing, whereas that guy who came in at the very end gets everything. That is how this concept works in the real world. That would be completely unacceptable. PayPal Honey did none of the work to get the consumer there, to get the purchase or anything, yet it takes the entire piece of the pie and leaves not even the crust behind. And in the real world, this, again, would be the equivalent of someone coming in at the last second like a jump scare, like, whoa, here's a coupon. I'm kidding, we don't have any coupons, but I'm still going to take the whole commission. So then using some sleight of hand that would fool even Penn and Teller, he swaps out that salesman's card with his own, and the consumer doesn't know it, and the salesman that got swapped doesn't know it either. That's what PayPal Honey does. But here's the thing, even if it did find a coupon for the consumer at checkout, it still shouldn't be overriding the affiliates. It still shouldn't be stuffing that out. They did none of the work to get the consumer to the site or anything at all. They did nothing for the sale. They just came in at the very end and found a coupon. That's still bad that it would overwrite that. But it actually even gets worse. It'll do this even when it has no coupons to even search for.
Honey pops up right at the end of your purchasing journey, virtually guaranteeing they'll win that last click. They of course know this and do anything they can to get that last click, even when there's no coupon codes to offer. Which brings us to scenario 2. Honey Gold, which is now called PayPal Rewards. Here's how it works. When you get to the checkout and Honey Gold is available, Honey pops up and is essentially saying, "Hey you, consumer, click this button here so PayPal can claim the commission for the sale, and we'll share a portion of that commission money with you in the form of points." It's basically a lame cashback scheme. And it's genius because if there are no coupons to offer, but the store is participating in Honey Gold, it gives Honey another reason to get that last click.
He explained what last click was, and it's basically the last thing that you click is what's going to get the credit for the commission. And Honey is constantly fighting to be that last click by any means necessary. Come hell or high water, they will leave mangled corpses in the fucking streets if it means they can consistently get that last click on checkout. So this is one of its other mechanisms to get that last click, where you can activate rewards at the very end.
I decided to put Honey Gold to the test. So I looked for any website where Honey Gold was offered and found it on NordVPN. And no, this is not a sneaky sponsorship. So I signed up for NordVPN's affiliate program, which offers 40% commission on successful referrals. After getting approved into the program, I received a custom affiliate link for my YouTube channel. Using this link, I made 2 separate purchases. For the first, I activated Honey Gold, and sure enough, you can see my affiliate cookie was replaced with Honey's. And for the second, I didn't activate Honey Gold. As expected, I was awarded a $35 commission for the sale where Honey Gold was.
Okay, this is what's quite important, because this Megalag has clearly shown displayed how it works as from the channel's perspective, where how it's going to get the commission, whether it's the channel is which getting the commission or the Honey is going to get the commission. And it is a little bit dodgy that the Honey is actually constantly fighting to get the last click of the commission. We'll say it's definitely very suspicious. But I can't really have a firm opinion yet, because I still think I still need to get more information for this.
Activated and received nothing when Honey Gold was activated. So how much of my stolen $35 commission did PayPal share as cash back with my Honey account, aka the consumer? Brace yourselves. 89 points, which is equivalent to 89 cents.
I knew it was going to be bad, but somehow that is even worse than I expected it to be. It gets the entire kit and caboodle of the commission, all 35 doubloons. It gets the spaghetti and the meatballs, and it gives you not even a morsel, not even a tiddlywink of it. 89 cents of the $35? Holy shit. Again, this is for doing nothing, by the way. It is doing nothing. It is doing this just to desperately try and get that last click so it can take the whole commission. And again, this isn't put front facing. People didn't even know this was going on until this investigation. It is so sneaky with this shit. It exists solely to steal, poach those affiliates, to take that commission on the back end. That's nuts. That's why I'm saying this will likely be a huge class action lawsuit. There is no telling how many millions of dollars they've been able to make quietly like this. Megalag demonstrated one. They got $35 from that. That's a lot. That is a big commission, really. Just think about that on a large scale. Megalag pulls up the numbers. Honey had been promoting on YouTube in particular to the tune of 7.9 billion views worth of videos. They had 5,000 or something sponsored segments across so many different channels. 7.9 billion views. They have 20 million users. Think about how much money they were pulling in from this scam. It's huge. This is something that Bernie Madoff would roll over in his grave at with this fraud.
You click on their affiliate link and get to the checkout. But in this scenario, Honey knows it has nothing to offer. No coupon codes, no Honey Gold, yet it still pops up to announce absolutely nothing. Annoying as fuck. Naturally, you click the Got It button to get rid of the annoying dancing coin, and whoa, what's that? PayPal takes the sale.
I couldn't help but just laugh at that one.
What?
That is cartoonishly evil. That is so scummy. So even if it has no coupons, it has no Honey Gold capabilities, it will still pop up on something totally unrelated through the affiliate link and just say like, hey, listen. We've got nothing to say. Sorry. Pranked you. We got nothing. Go ahead and close us. Just go ahead and say got it. Get rid of us. Sorry. We just wanted to let you know we're here. And when you do that, it takes the sale. It still takes the whole commission because you interacted with it. It was your last click. It's unbelievable.
Why? Because fuck you, Mary, that's your commission! But wait, there's more. My personal favorite is when Honey has nothing to offer, so it pops up offering you to check out with PayPal, even though the option is already available at the checkout page. And of course, if you click the checkout button, PayPal poaches the sale. Classy.
There is just no world where that isn't illegal, right? Like, there can't be a world where that can fly. That has to be something that this company would be run into the ground for. Like, I'm no lawyer. I didn't pass the bar. Shit, barely passed the SATs. But I would still say, using my tiny little noodle up here, my smooth brain, that's a big no-no. I think they're probably going to face some big repercussions for that now that this is starting to...
Okay, so now we have like more information about this, and yeah, I feel like the practice is very, very dodgy, and it's definitely a scam in a sense. I just don't understand why in the first place they would use the cookie and like literally like actually fight for the cookie, right? That is very very odd in a sense. So it is just absolutely horrendous, because usually I don't think like, you know, storing information as important like, you know, for the affiliate links where like money is directly like the influence of it in the cookie, because that is a huge like security risk in a way, because you can utilize that cookie and give credit to a complete third person, and that shouldn't be the case. Usually you just do it from the back end, no matter what, just purely on the back end, and just store like in the database, okay, who gave you the affiliate, and you basically give the commission right off the bat, right? Obviously you shouldn't use the cookie, you shouldn't use anything for this one anyways, and I just don't think like storing it cookie in the first place is a good design practice, and there has to be like some, you know, further motives for this one. But since like Honey and PayPal is a huge corporation, they can easily like counter argue this point by saying like, okay, it's just a security exploit, a security mistake. They saw like they changed the cookie by the end of the backend process, and you cannot really do anything about it, because first of all, it is very unlikely like that a programmer or like a corporation as big as PayPal, with lots of us engineers working on these and review these code day by day, week by week, they allow this, you know, security mistake in the first place. But still, it is still a valid counter argument, and I just don't think you can do anything about it in the first place. Yeah, we accidentally stored our cookie instead of those cookie. I feel like that is a security mistake, but we couldn't do anything about it. And if we are purely talking about the security mistakes, then the very famous big influence has has been CrowdStrike. They've basically made a lot of airports and a lot of systems suffer the financial losses by their own like product, which is like the CrowdStrike kernel. Basically, you know, so CrowdStrike is a security software, and it works with a software kernel. You have to think about the kernel like as a heart of the software, as a big brain of software, arranging all the memories and processes, right? Something like around that line, right? But they as a security software, they have made millions of people basically suffer the financial losses. The airports weren't working. The cars, planes, and a lot of operating systems in the world were not working at all, and it is big financial loss. It is a big financial loss, and that is purely the responsibility of CrowdStrike. But the thing is, they recovered. They didn't. I don't think they have taken all the responsibilities for the financial losses, even though they themselves are like the fund of security software. They advertise themselves as a security software that should handle, big responsibility of the security in the first place. But then when the big outage of Windows system basically happened, they didn't take all the responsibility, right? They didn't take all the responsibility. So in a way, they falsely advertised themselves as a security software, where themselves basically created a big security risk for a lot of softwares and places. And I think like that is the same place. They say like it was a security, for example, a security mistake, or like just a security bug, and then like that's at the end of it. But like the thing is, like, you have millions of software engineers to look at the code and to make the code as a thing. And the thing is, like, you have made a financial loss for other companies, then I'm sure like you should have like some kind of responsibility of it, right? But it appears not. And the same counter argument can be applied for other people. Wow, we thought like everything was working fine, like the backend is working fine, and like the cookie was working as intended. We didn't know that at the end the paper was changing the cookie. Maybe like some of the code was a bug that it accidentally changed the cookie, right? But yeah, you can see like this is just this. I feel like this is going to be the way for them to basically throw the blame to other people, whatever the thing is. They are not gonna take any kind of accountability for this. They are not gonna take any kind of responsibility for this. Hell, if they have a chance to completely blame their responsibility to the other company or to other channels or whatever the things, to the third party, they'll do so without a second thought. So I think that is very likely to be the case. I feel like that is very likely to be the case. Very likely to be the case. It's very sad that it works like this, but yeah, as soon they pull out this counter argument, you can't really do anything about it, because if we are purely talking about like this thingy, then CrowdStrike should also like have a big responsibility for the outage and financial loss for a lot of like partners who are working with them. Because I think like it was like probably 1-2 weeks that the outage has happened from the CrowdStrike, and a lot of companies were suffering a big financial losses. So yeah, it's just a little bit. We would, to really look at it, the lawsuit in court has to actually look at like the software design and all the like the backend code, how it functions, to actually determine whether it was a scam or not. And you have to look through like different the histories of the code changes to see like, okay, what has changed throughout like the history of the code and everything. And that requires a big process and everything, and it takes a lot of time. So I think like it's going to be very complicated. The lawsuit is not going to be very, how do you say, straightforward as you think it would be, because they're going to hire big lawyers, the best lawyers, to make best counter arguments against this argument, and you would need to basically hire better lawyers to fight for you, in a sense. And a lot of YouTube channels wouldn't have necessarily like the amount of time to spend a lot of money on those lawyers, or invest a lot of money on those lawyers. It really depends. And yeah, I would say like this is how it is. It is how it is. It is how it is. Yeah.
To blow up and come to light. Now, in the next section of the video, Megalag goes on to talk about how he was checking.
Yeah, and speaking of like the scams, this is very complicated, because this scam works very silently, but we have instances of more obvious scams. The crypto scams from, for example, Logan Paul, or like the Hawk coin girl, and those people like definitely aimed for the scam and just aimed for like a big bank of money and tried to like deceive a lot of people from their money. And it was as obvious as that, but they didn't get any of the responsibility. We'll still like see them like completely walking free, So yeah, and so yeah, if you see the scams that obvious, take no action, and you actually think about this one, then it just becomes much harder to prove like they have any kind of responsibility of it. Yeah. Because I feel like they can always pull out the card, okay, it was a bug. We'll pay a fair share of, the revenue that, those YouTube influencers or YouTube channels should have had. But we are not going to pay the full share. Because at the end, it was a bug. It was accident. Something like that. And then like you cannot do anything. You're going to get some kind of refund from the honey, but at the end of the day, they're still like, okay, we didn't know about this. It was a bug. We're gonna fix it, and we're also gonna like pay a little bit of a fair share to you, but we are not gonna pay the full share to you. And then you're fucked. You have nothing to basically be fighting for you.
The Linus forums to see if anyone was talking about honey, and he did find someone that was sounding the alarm quite a few years ago, but it just didn't get a lot of traction. And then in 2022, someone noticed that Linus wasn't working with honey anymore, so they asked about it, and Linus Media Group representative came out and said, yeah, they didn't like the way that it interacted with the affiliate links, so they stopped working with them. And Megalag says that he was pretty disappointed that they weren't more vocal about that, because if they could have sounded the alarm about this whole scheme, there could have been some more damages that were prevented over the next couple of years, but they just kept it kind of hush for some reason. And that is very disappointing from Linus and the team for not talking about this if they knew what was going on. And then Megalag goes on to talk about, well, they did actually take a different coupon sponsor that does the same thing called Karma.
Essentially, if someone clicked on an affiliate link and then they use Honey and search for a deal, Honey will override that tracking link even if they don't find you a deal. That didn't jive with us, so we ended the partnership. They should have made more noise about this. But what's truly baffling to me is that after LMG ended their partnership with Honey, they then went ahead and partnered with a company called Karma Now, a coupon browser extension that literally engages in similar behavior.
As Megalag said, it's very telling just how deceptive this honey scam is when even a tech-focused company like LNG doesn't catch on to it for years. And it is baffling that even when they did catch on to it or were tipped off about it, they chose a different coupon sponsor that does like basically the same thing, it seems. That's so
Okay, I feel like we need actually the more evidence, because if a person has put like the affiliate link to their YouTube channels, throughout the time you will still like see the revenue of your Kupo channel. And if you have put you're a big YouTuber, you have a big channel, and you have put the affiliate links, and you have gone literally zero to none revenues or affiliate revenues from the link, then we can say like it was 100% scam, right? So roughly you should be paid around like the 30, maybe like 20% of the clicks, you know what I mean? And I feel like the biggest way to go around is to see like, okay, the balance sheet of those YouTubers who have put like the affiliate links, right? How the transfers or like the bank transfers, because if they have been paid out, then it's I don't know how to say, but if they have been paid out, then if they have been paid out, right? The Honey will probably say, okay, we have stored your YouTube link in the database, but not necessarily in the cookie, right? So all the processing is handled by the database, and you have been actually paid by the share of it. Now, in that case, you can't really do anything about it either, because yes, they can say, okay, they have two options. One is, first of all, say, oh, your link has been stored in the database, and we actually have paid your share. You can take a look at your bank transfer. We didn't pay you a lot of it, but we still paid you. That's what it is. The second option is, it was a software bug. We couldn't do this. We have completely neglected this bug, and we are very, very disappointed of this. We are, as a part of it, we're just going to we are going to pay you a fair share, but we're not going to pay you a full share of it. And then you again, you have nothing to do about it. They could pay you whatever the amount they feel like it's worth. Otherwise, if you don't agree with it, you gotta fucking fight for the court case for actual compensation of this, and actually look through like the transactions and everything. Again, that'll take a lot of time, and especially the amount of investment of this is not necessarily going to be worth it for a lot of like big YouTube channels, because the reason being is, if you focus this, first of all, they are big billion-dollar company. You literally see like PayPal has bought like Honey for $4 billion, so you can for sure say like they are going to invest even more on the court, right? And the process of actually like, okay, proving that the Honey is actually responsible for this is also very complex. So that adds a lot of layer and a lot of time to it. And I just don't think the YouTube channels, especially like a lot of big YouTube channels, would necessarily have time for that.
Weird. That is so weird. Now the next part of the video showcases how Honey scams you, the consumer. Now it's not only about the influencers getting all their affiliates commission stolen. Now Megalag shows you what Honey does to fuck you in the face.
When I reached the checkout page, Honey would claim it couldn't find me any coupon codes. Yet when I searched manually, I found where...
Okay, so this is 60 minutes was about like the small channels, the affiliates of the Honey. Now the final maybe 7 minutes is about us customers being scammed. I'm kind of interested in this as well.
Working codes with ease, and even when Honey did find me a code, I was often able to find another code of better value. Kind of strange, given their claim that...
Well, thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is now a thing of the past.
Another oddity was that Honey would often only find me Honey-branded coupon codes, such as Honey 5 or Honey 10. Why would a store only have Honey-branded coupon codes? Kind of weird, right? But the biggest red flag was that when I tried submitting the better coupon codes I'd found, Honey wasn't adding them to their database.
Now this was not a case of Honey just not doing its job well, where It was missing a couple of coupons here and there that were slipping through the cracks, but it was still trying its best, and it was still doing an admirable, noble attempt at finding you those best deal coupons. It wasn't doing its job at all. When Megalag would submit coupons to it, it wouldn't even take it into the database, and it was far more effective to just manually enter coupons because Honey wasn't finding them, and it was finding a lot of Honey coupons pretty often. All very peculiar, I would say.
It turns out that one of the key benefits for stores partnering with Honey is that they are given full control over which coupon codes go live on the platform, if any at all.
What would you say to any brand that is considered working with Honey but hasn't yet?
I would say missing out on converting customers. Like I said before, Gen Z is super discount savvy. You can't ignore the fact that they will hunt for like discount codes and they might find a better deal. With Honey, you can also control the discount code percentage, which means like they will potentially find a higher discount code on the internet. It literally lets you control like the customer journey, convert and control like the discount code percentage as well.
This is a podcast that Megalag found that seems to be focused on trying to drive more brands to work with Honey. So this is a brand that has worked with Honey talking about the benefits. One of them that she's very excited about is that with Honey, it helps discourage consumers from seeking out coupon codes, and with Honey, you can control which coupon codes are even getting shared in the first place. So let's say there's a 20% off coupon that does exist for this brand, but the brand doesn't really want it shared with everyone using Honey. Well, then it just doesn't. Honey won't share it if the brand doesn't want it to. It's one of the benefits of working with Honey. You won't have that 20% go out to the consumers. Maybe instead you'll give them a 5% through Honey, or none. Maybe you won't even let them share any of the coupons through Honey. So even if the coupons do exist, the brand may not want Honey to share it with consumers, so it won't. Which of course is counterintuitive to even owning Honey in the first place. The whole point is that it's supposed to find the best deals, the best coupons to use. But if the brands can say we don't want the best deals to be shared with them, then Honey will say, okay, that's fine. All right, that's okay. You got it, Chief. And it won't.
You have control over the content hosted on the Honey platform.
Okay, now this is very interesting because like that says they were supposed to find the best, deals and everything, but obviously it's just a simple marketing strategy, right? You always want to market your product as the best and whatever, even though it's clearly not. You can see like from the Mr. Beast, they market like their whatever Lunchly or whatever, Lunchables, whatever, or like the Bismilly chocolates as the best chocolate in the world. But we clearly know like it's not. It's not the fucking best chocolate. It's the fucking worst chocolate I've ever seen, right? Nobody has put any action. It's the same marketing strategy that Charlie is actually talking about. They are using the same fucking deceiving strategy. And if he wants to be actually responsible, he should even fucking talk about the Mr. Beast. They are trying to market themselves like the Lunchables and also like the chocolates as the best, but it's clearly not. A lot of people has a lot of problems with it. Duh. But we see like no reaction. There's nothing. But on Honey, he's got a big problem, but I haven't seen anything. Nobody has seen anything. Charlie talking about anything about Mr. Beast. Very odd.
So yes, even if Honey knows of a coupon code that offers say 20% off, but a partnering store tells them, hey, only share a 5% off coupon, then that's the only discount Honey will apply to your cart at the checkout page. I mean, holy shit. Honey wasn't finding you the best deals possible, they were intentionally withholding them from you for their own financial gain. If you partner with us and pay us an affiliate commission, we'll let you control which discount codes are shared on our platform. And we'll tell our consumers we scoured the internet and found them the best deal possible.
This is a scam Ed and Nettie wouldn't even pull for Jawbreakers. Every component of Honey is a fucking lie. Every single piece of Honey is exploitative. Every single one. So in this video he talked about how it's scamming consumers as well as the influencers that have promoted it, and he teases that in part 2 there's an entirely new victim that is also getting fucked by Honey. Megalag leads into the upcoming part by stating that in his experimenting and his investigation, he noticed there were times where Honey worked extremely well to an almost unbelievable degree with discounts and deals that just made no sense with everything else he was finding, and sometimes it wasn't overwriting the affiliates. So it wasn't making sense how that discrepancy was happening with everything else he had learned. And then it clicked, and he figured out what was going on. So that's what part 2 is going to focus on, and he has some interviews that he has at like a sizzler reel at the end. It's actually incomprehensible just how deep this rabbit hole goes. It really just seems like everything about PayPal Honey is fraudulent, just a full-blown scam. Like that's what it seems. Like I don't know how any of it could possibly be explained away or justified. I mean, shit, even when they were directly asked about it, they were like, yeah, hey, that is what it is. If Honey's the last thing you click, yeah, we're taking the affiliate. Like, what? Honey is usually going to be the last thing that someone clicks if you have Honey, because you might as well check if there's discounts. That's like the whole selling point of Honey. But not only is it not actually finding you the best coupons, if it's even finding you coupons, it is then stealing the commission from the affiliate that got you there in the first place. So it's fucking everybody for doing nothing. And even when it is actually doing full-blown nothing, where it's on a site that doesn't have Honey Gold, it has no coupons, it will still pop up just to say nothing. It just goes, and then you click got it to get rid of it, and then it will still steal the commission. It is just crazy how scummy this is. I cannot imagine that what Honey is doing and how it operates is legal. It can't be. It shouldn't be if it somehow is through loopholes. That is completely unacceptable. And Megalag's investigation is extraordinary. A huge thanks to Megalag for bringing all of this information to light. It's an incredible video. Again, I highly recommend you check out the full thing. There's going to be a link to it in the description of this one. I
think like that is the end of the video, but I feel like they are actually probably operating through the loophole, because it wouldn't make sense like if they are actually knowing this it was illegal. They for sure have prepared like the response, specifically prepared for this kind of like argument against their scam, because otherwise they wouldn't do it. They're such a big company, they wouldn't do it if they didn't find like the loophole around this. And I will see a lot around the world, like a lot of companies do this fucking scammy shit or whatever, like the dodgy shit, for a lot of instances. And you cannot really do anything because like in the United States they have like in different states they have different laws, and you can't really say for sure like okay what in this state is 100% like applicable to another state. So yeah, I just think I'm being very pessimistic. I'm being very cynical. I just don't think like the court case is going to be very straightforward, a straightforward win for the consumers and the influencers, because I just think like there are a lot of like counter arguments and counter responses against this kind of claim, where they can easily throw the blame to anybody else, and by the end of that you're not gonna do anything about it whatsoever. So yeah, I feel like this is a very interesting video. I've shared my kind of thought about this, and not a lot of people is probably going to agree with me, but I'm just trying to be as honest as I can be, so yeah.